Coffee break.
We're back once again. This week we are going to cover the Rebel washes. So these are an important new addition to the Rebel lineup. We started shipping the units just earlier this year. And yeah, these kind of symbolize the ideology of the Rebel series. So it's IP65, it's feature-packed units, and all with an affordability and a value money in mind. So, Freddie, I think there's already a bit of a buzz about these units from our market.
Absolutely. The Rebel is quite famous and a lot of people talking about it, but just for a reason, because we ask ourselves at Elation, what does the market really need? And we talked about that in another coffee break some weeks ago where we had the Rebel profile, the first unit of the whole Rebel series, and there's a lot more to come in the future. The idea behind Rebel is very simple. It should be a fixture which is not overloaded, because not every production needs 75,000 lumen like a Proteus Brutus, or it doesn't have to be feature-packed like our Paragon flagship series. We were focusing on what customers really need, what the market really needs, and the idea was to build something with a lot of reliability, with just the basic features which give you enough tools to do your show properly, and something what every market needs, like output and a great value for money. So Rebel is really focused on these two things and a lot more, what we're talking about today. Yeah, and it should be a smart fixture, and that's why we're going deeper into the Rebel Wash 4 today and the Rebel Wash 12.
Indeed. So to give you a quick overview before we start looking at the attributes. So closest to me, we have the Rebel Wash 12. Of course, the name will tell you that means it has 12 pixels. So out of the front, we're getting 14,000 lumens. Closer to Freddie, of course, we have the Rebel Wash 4. How cute is that? That actually gives us over 4,000 lumens out of the front from 4 pixels. And you can see the quality of the white light, of course, coming out right away.
And that's one of the key features we have in the Rebel Wash 4 and Rebel Wash 12. It's a pure white, a beautiful white, and not like something with a red shift or with a magenta shift, what you see in other fixtures in the market. So we really focused on having a pure white, which is just beautiful to look at. And right away, when you're full on the white is there.
So let's have a look at zoom. So we have a 5 to 40 degree zoom. So that is fully zoomed in, that is fully zoomed out. Maybe the more important thing about the zoom isn't that it's got a broad range, which of course still is important, it's actually the speed. So as you can see, without timing, it actually zips pretty quickly between the two ranges.
Yeah, and just it depends on how your screen is calibrated. The colors, what you see appearing here right now, is maybe comes from a lot of haze we have here. And usually when you see that fixture in real and in person, it gives you beautiful and pure white, as we said before. So yeah, we just want to encourage you to take a closer look at the units. Any questions coming in, please let us know. We're, by the way, drinking some coffee here, and as usual, the question to you guys, where are you from? What kind of coffee do you drinking right now? Just drop a comment just below and we will be happy to answer it about everything what you want to ask us.
Perfect. Okay, let's have a look at the colors and talk about the LED a little bit more. So each of the pixels is a 60 watt LED. So that is giving us a really nice red, a green, a blue, and a lime as standard. So that is the array RGBL. So lime, of course, works a little bit like mint that we see in some of our other fixtures. It has a very specific wavelength, and that really allows us to fill in gaps in the color spectrum. And also it has secondary benefits to actually boosting the brightness overall and also affecting the whites.
And it allows you to do a lot of pastel colors in between as well. And back in the days, we had RGB white fixtures, but that was not really what people were looking for, because you couldn't achieve a higher CRI. With these units, that's possible. And of course, it allows you to really, like Alistair said, fill more gaps in the color spectrum. And you will see that when you play around with the colors. And especially with our optimized color mixing system, the colors really come beautiful out of the fixture without any colored shadows in the beam or without any colored shadows when you put objects in the front. They just mix the colors perfectly well inside the fixture already.
And we should also mention that the LED and that array actually match some of our other fixtures, such as the Limelight powers, and also some forthcoming Rebel series units, such as the Rebel Line 8 and Rebel Line 16. You also get some nice mixed colors as well, so we can actually have a really nice cyan, magenta, and also a yellow coming out of the fixture as well. We also have full color temperature control, so I can bump down to 2400 Kelvin, and I can fade up to the maximum over 4 seconds. So this is fading up to 8500 Kelvin. So it gives you very precise color temperature control.
Yeah, and you have a CTC channel in your DMX chart where you can easily select your color temperatures. So these fixtures are not only for rock and roll on the bigger stages, they're for all kind of production like rental companies, installations, corporate event, TV studios, theater. We first had our huge install in France in a theater with these kind of fixtures. So they're very popular already. Get your hands on them.
So let's look a little bit more about the physicality of the units. So the Rebel Wash 12 here, this is just over 16 kilograms, and the Rebel Wash 4 is just over 8 kilograms, and it's really impossibly small, so you could really build this into some sets, scenery, things like that. We also have a continuous pan and tilt, so let's start it moving on pan. So this is actually the slowest movement, so you can see that very subtly turning round.
But super smooth. You can see that we have really well programmed motors here, and yeah, it gives you the possibility to play with the fixtures also in the background, or when you want to change some settings easily or super smooth, the fixtures will do it as well.
Indeed, but we can do the opposite and actually take it up to its maximum speed. So you can see the units are really pretty zippy. We also, of course, have the same when it comes to tilt. So again, subtly smooth, as you can see, or we can go straight to the fastest speed. So this really creates a lot of creative possibilities for the designers. And of course, we can do both together at maximum speed. So you can see this is is pretty intense, but yeah, ultimately a really creative tool.
Yeah, for those who love rock and roll and continuous pan tilt rotation, we got that on board. Of course, still super easy to operate, but it's a nice feature. If you want it, you have it. But really, like we said, Rebel Series is bringing the feature set down to what you really need and nothing extra, nothing special. But still, it's not entry level, it's smart level. That's what we call Rebel.
So let's move forward and talk about pixels. So of course we do have full pixel control. So this is those working at a reasonably fast speed over just pure white. But of course we can put in color at any time as well and see how that looks. So you get some really nice colors out of there. So that's a mixture of using the 4 colors, red, green, blue, and lime, but also throwing in some cyan, magenta, and yellow as well. And we also have onboard macros. So this is just one example of an onboard macro. So these all have the ability to change it in terms of the pattern, the speed, also how it's ramping. Is it ramping? Is it a sawtooth? Is it a sine wave? Things like that. So this is extra capability to get you working creatively as quickly as possible.
But always with the focus on minimizing the amount of DMX channels you might need, because nowadays we see fixtures where one universe is not enough. And I mean, that's sometimes a big challenge when you work on jobs and you want to do something very quick, or you have limited amount of DMX universes. But the Rebel with these macros will help you to limit the amount of DMX channels. Of course, you can go bigger, but when you use the macros, you can still limit some DMX channels. And thank you guys for letting us know that you have a Segafredo coffee and an espresso. Oh, it's nice. What else do you drink, guys? Let us know. I'm having a cappuccino here, my favorite in the morning. But let us know what you would like to drink. We're happy to hear from you.
So that covers most of the things, most of the attributes we would actually be showing you. Apart from that, of course, it's an Elation fixture, so it does all the stuff on board that you would expect to see, whether that be LED refresh rates, fan modes, dimming curves, dimmer modes, things like that, really. So yeah, it's the usual features on board that you would expect to see. We also have NFC as well. I know, Freddie, you talked about that last time in our coffee break. That's becoming pretty standard on all of our fixtures these days, so it really allows you to set things up in the warehouse or before you're flying it in your venue. So you can address, you can set your mode, set your protocol, things like that.
Yes, actually one of my favorite features in our fixtures these days, you take your phone, you download the Elation app in the App Store, and then you're able to address the fixtures or to set some settings in the fixtures with the app without taking the moving heads, or the Rebel Wash in this case, out of the flight case. Because on the front or on the bottom, they have this NFC tag. You can hold your phone to it and then you upload all the settings within an instant, and that saves a lot of time for you as well. Speaking about the feature set, yeah, just to summarize all of it, 4,000 lumen output for the Rebel Wash 4, so super punchy. But the flagship here on the Rebel Wash 12 comes with 14,000 lumen, and that's really a lot of brightness nowadays. Yeah, and if you want to make a shootout, please let us know. We're happy to ship a unit to you. Then you do a direct comparison to what else is in the market, and then you will see immediately our white is super beautiful. We have a lot of punch here, like we said, 60 watts per LED and not just 20 or 40. So these units are super competitive, not only in the feature set, but also in the price. And if you have questions about all of these things, please contact your local distributor or drop us an email. Visit our website at elationlighting.eu or .com for the US. And we're super happy to assist you with all of your questions.
So Freddie hinted at this earlier, but of course the Rebel washes open themselves up to all sorts of applications. So the quality of the white light and the colors coming out mean they can perform as a pretty standard wash fixture. That pixel control allows them to be more creative. And of course, that IP65 technology actually opens it up to being used indoor and temporarily outdoor. And we should mention as well, in terms of DMX modes, there are simplified standard and extended modes that you would typically see from Elation, which don't allow pixel control. So you can actually use them in those both states if you just want a simple wash light to give you perfect color out of the front. And yeah, I think that's about it from my side. I'm not seeing any questions coming in. Our next coffee break is going to be March 19th, where we will focus on the Rebel darts. So yeah, we look forward to that. Freddie, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alistair, for another coffee break here from Kerkrade, our European headquarters. Whenever you want to visit us, drop us an email because we've got a lot more things to show you here from our headquarters. We're always super happy when you guys want to come over for a coffee or whatever we have to offer here. We got all the products ready here in our showroom in Central Europe. We got some airports close by. Just let us know when you want to visit us. We're always happy to welcome you. So just to summarize it, at Elation, we just don't build only flagships. We build tools and solutions and professional tools for today's market needs and market realities. It's flexible, scalable, and profitable because, yeah, as we said, the Rebel has a really good price point here and delivers whatever you need to be ready. And you can maybe even take a few more units to your inventory. So yeah, we stay Rebel with us, and we're super happy to see you again for another coffee break. There's more to come. Stay safe, have a great day, and see you guys soon. Thank you.
Take care.